Dubliner Graham Nuttall is now regarded as one of Europe's finest contemporary artists. His client list reads like a celebrity who's who. Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson, Bono and Whoopi Goldberg all have a Nuttall in their collection. And to celebrate the new millennium, the Rose Festival, in association with Anglo-Irish Bank, commissioned from Graham Nuttall a new work that might represent the modern and now truly international Rose of Tralee Festival. Ever since 1959, the festival has drawn to Tralee young Irish women from all over the world. Behind the Rose follows the dreams of 4 such women from Texas, London, Galway and Dubai. The Burj Al Arab is one of only 2 7-star hotels in the world. It's also the location for the Dubai Rose Heats. Such opulence and open display of wealth is strictly against the religious beliefs of Marty Whelan.
Oh, look.
No, my thunder has been stolen because he's only Marty. He's all right. Don't worry about it.
How are you? You're all very welcome. Are we all here? We are.
Yeah.
Really, what I want to say to you is it's about enjoyment. I'm not going to ask anything to embarrass you. I'm not going to ask you anything about something you don't want to discuss. So I will check with each of you individually about your first marriages, about, you know, all that stuff. This afternoon you meet all the judges and they have lots of various questions that they will ask you. A lot of those questions are really just background information. Who are you? Where do you come from? Why are you in Dubai? What do you hope to do? Things like that. Not dissimilar, if you will, to the sort of things I'll be doing. So, you know, go for it and enjoy.
There's a considerable Irish community in the United Arab Emirates, and young women from a variety of backgrounds work in Dubai as school teachers, air hostesses and in the caring professions.
Okay, we have the answer here. The winner is Claire Ward.
Claire Marie Ward is 22, a teacher, and originally hails from Arranmore in Donegal.
I'd been studying in Glasgow and I seen an advertisement for a job in the Middle East. I applied for it. They phoned me back and I had the job, and then I got a map out to see where the Middle East was and where Dubai was. That was what took me out. I didn't really know what I was coming out to. When I came out here first, I was all worried about what I had to cover up and how I was to present myself in the classroom. And I was like, do you have to cover your toes up? But no, it was pretty much normal to wear sandals. No, it's fine. You have to have a certain decorum about you, as you would in any classroom, but you have to keep the length in your clothes. And the slits are important too. It's just starting to sink in, you know. It's I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it'll be great. Always wanted to go to Tralee.
It's a very big contest because we represent the counties of Mayo, Roscommon, Sligo, Galway and Leitrim. So I suppose it's each of the girls has competed in heats in their own area and as a result represents their own area here.
Being honest, I don't. There's so much more to live for, and plus the divorces, and since divorces come into Ireland and everything like that, which I don't really agree with because I'm of a very Catholic upbringing. But I do believe that you should wait a long time, taste the fruits of the tree and enjoy yourself before you settle down.
What we're looking for really to represent us here in the West is somebody who has soul, who is themselves. I suppose be relaxed, think of you representing your family, your friends, be proud of where you come from and of your own. I suppose that's the best advice I could give.
We haven't got a roll of drums, but we should have, to announce that the year 2000, the rose that will represent the west of Ireland in Tralee is the Roscommon Rose.
The Roscommon Rose is 21 and is currently pursuing a BA in French and English.
Well done. Hi there. Have you got any bets left for tonight? Yeah, we do. What you getting now?
My name is Evelyn O'Connor and I'm from Ballyhonus, County Mayo. I'm living in Galway and working in Galway here in Ayr Square Hostel, and I'm actually studying here as well. One of my best friends, her mother is on the committee in Roscommon, and she just said to me, you know, she'd like me to go forward. She thought it would be something I could do well, and after a bit of convincing I said okay, and I went through, and then totally out of the blue I ended up winning the Roscommon competition, and then I came to Galway to do the competition this weekend. I couldn't believe it. I'm sure any girl you'll ask will say the same thing. No matter how confident you are in your everyday life, to actually get in front of a camera or to get up on stage and just be yourself is a really, really hard task, because even over the last few days I felt like I was almost rehearsing my own life, in that I was running through the questions in my head that I could be asked, which is crazy because I'm just going to be asked about my own life, but that's the way it goes. So hopefully I'll just be able to be natural and be myself. It should be good.
For the first time in the competition's history, there will only be one rose from the UK.
How much emphasis in the judging will you be putting on the appearance on stage?
The judges will have probably 80% of your minds made up going into tonight. You know, you might be down to 2 girls or 3 girls that you'd want to watch them more closely tonight on the stage and see how they perform on stage. But the stage wouldn't want to be the deciding factor.
Really, like Kevin says, if it's down to, say, 2 possible winners, bear it in mind, of course, if she's a disaster on stage, then that's something to take into account. But otherwise, all things being equal, more or less have your minds made up before you actually see them go on stage tonight.
How big a blow was it for Leicester City that Martin O'Neill would move to Glasgow Celtic?
I think it was a very big disappointment for Leicester and all its supporters.
Perhaps the pinnacle of my dancing career was coming second in an All-Ireland reel about 2 years ago.
Where did you take part in the competition?
The All-Irelands are in Ireland.
Yes.
The 2000 UK Rose representing Manchester is Kelly McAnally.
24-year-old Kelly McAnally, whose mum and dad hail from Ballymena, has an honours degree in modern languages and is currently Vice President of Liverpool Students' Union. She's also Welfare Officer for Irish Students UK. But for her next test, Kelly is happy to take a little tutoring herself from the reigning Rose of Tralee, Geraldine O'Grady.
How did you find last night? How did you get on, or were you nervous?
I was. It's really strange because last night was my 3rd heat. I'd been through, as I said before, you know, the 2 before. And I wasn't nervous all week. I was so busy trying to organise everything, accommodation and stuff. And then I arrived last night and my stomach just went all night. I was really nervous.
I actually saw the piece of paper, you know, before they announced it.
Yeah.
I was looking over her shoulder, I saw Manchester, and I was like, okay. So I was ready to put on the set.
I was like, oh my goodness, because I saw you standing beside me. I thought, right, she's going to walk down to someone that just said, oh, Manchester. I said, that's me, and I thought, do I cry? Like, what am I supposed to do? And I didn't know what to do. And then I think, I just suddenly went into like a zombie mode. I was like, I can't think straight. And then there's tears in my eyes. I was like, I don't know what to do. And hell, I can't do actually. I didn't want to let go. I was like, what do you do? Tell me what to do. It was absolutely amazing. I don't think it's sunk in until this morning, and it's just still sinking in.
This is our 16th year to have the Texas Rose of Tralee selection here in Dallas. I believe it is a link to our past and a bridge to the future, not only for us, but also for our young people and young Irish-American people here in Texas.
Well, ladies, I'm glad I've been able to spend a little bit of time with you this morning to get to know you and maybe to get a little bit more comfortable with me. We'll be spending some time together up on stage tonight. And I would just ask you to just be yourselves while you're up there. We've already talked about that. And just know that I'm up there supporting you, and I want you to be the best that you can possibly be.
Neurolinguistic programming is the study of how we identify the way people think through their communication, their language, and also through their body movements and other things like that.
Oh, great. So studying someone like me, you think there's hope?
I don't know about that.
Another vote of encouragement. You've been talking to my wife, haven't you?
Clearly from the fashion on view, we won't have a yellow Rose of Texas. So who will it be?
Year 2000, Texas Rose, who will represent the Irish American community in Tralee, is Dohm.
Later, back at the ranch, it's time for Julie to load up those old saddlebags.
Well, today's the day. Heading off to Ireland. A few hours, so I have to get packing. I have to make sure I have everything. Got my sash and my crown. The dress will have to be folded. I am very anxious about getting there. I have no idea what I'm in store for, I've been told. There's only so much planning you can do. But I'm ready to go. Well, I have to be in Dallas DFW Airport in 3 hours. I better get moving. So I will see you all in Ireland.
Earlier this year, London got its Millennium Dome, and Tralee got a new one too. The original was destroyed in the gales of 1997, so the new dome was shipped in at a cost of £130,000. Indoors, the Rose Festival Committee is ensuring that their targets are also being met.
Right, PR and marketing. Neil.
I think the general, in terms of the PR value of having Westlife in particular this year, the amount of hype that's out there, like, is just unbelievable. So there's nobody doesn't really know what's going on.
Backstage at the Dome.
On the Dome itself, the roof is on today, and the services, air conditioned, electrical tomorrow, plus the stage. Right. So everything is going on to plan. So far, so good.
And they're here. One by one, the 28 roses arrive in Ireland, and they gather for their first squint at the opposition and for their first briefing from Kevin McCarthy.
Hello ladies, welcome to the Rose of Tralee International Festival. Every year over 1,000 girls start out to try and get to Tralee, and you're the lucky 28 girls who are there this year. So appreciate that. The whole thing is here for you to enjoy the event. It's an experience in a lifetime that we hope you take fond memories away from Tralee and have great memories of Tralee and indeed Ireland when you go back home, you know, in a week or two or whenever, if some of you mightn't go home at all.
Thanks, Kevin. I've never seen so many scared faces. My God, ladies. All we're really doing today is to introduce yourself to the team that actually ultimately will be also down in Tralee. In some respects, you'll see less and less of Kevin and myself, and you'll see more and more time with Bernie. And what I would say to you is Bernie is the chief chaperone, so any issues that you have, anything that you need sorting out, please filter everything through Bernie and her team.
In relation to your escort, you will meet your escort in Tralee on Friday. When we matched escorts and roses, it was nothing earth-shattering. It basically, we took your height, your interests, and we matched you accordingly, if there was anything of interest there. Okay? So it's nothing more sinister than that.
And so the roses and chaperones are matched. The dome is in place, and Graham Nuttall is putting the finishing touches to his Rose of Tralee commission.
When Anglo-Irish Bank asked me to paint a painting for the Rose of Tralee, I saw the challenge to be really to give the rose a contemporary feel. I've used several
devices, painterly devices, I think, to give the idea of rolling hills and softness, and I've repeated that in the jumper and the skirt, and I've used very soft sort of moonlight to give it a little bit of perhaps mystery.
And there she is, along with the other Roses, to meet the boys of the press in Kilmainham.
2 hands up in the air, Marty. There you go. There you go. You're hiding, people. Get down.
Poor Marty takes the flak, while the King takes the salute from his balcony.
The secret of its success is, first of all, it wasn't a beauty contest, so the girls didn't have to parade in bikinis or swimwear or whatever. And secondly, they were ordinary girls of ordinary families with Irish connections, of course, bringing together the Irish diaspora, as is now known. And they could have been your sister or my sister, your daughter or my daughter, your niece or my niece, your granddaughter or my granddaughter. And that was always very much in the forefront of my mind in trying to do the best I could for the girls. For the girls.
The Kerry Hills in the background.
Is it going to be this sunny in Kerry?
Well.
To be running with the wind.
It's back to work for the Roses. They're put through their paces under the watchful eye of the RTE production crew. If it's to be all right on the night, now's the time to find out.
Touch the sky.
There's 3 verses plus the Irish verse.
Yeah.
It's far too long.
Yeah.
Far too long. We really should be looking at maybe 1 verse, a chorus, the Irish verse, and finishing the chorus again.
So how did you get on in Texas for the selection? Was it a good night?
It was a lot of fun.
Was it?
It was a lot of fun.
How many were in the?
There were 7 of us.
7. Have you a boyfriend?
No. Nope. Been single for a year. Broke up with me a year ago. So single as they come.
I'm looking forward to this escort business. What do you know about it?
All I know is that they're there basically to do whatever I need them to do.
There's very little more you could ask for in life. You used to be married to someone like that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to sing a song?
I'm going to sing.
What's the song?
I'm doing Wouldn't It Be Lovely from My Fair Lady.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
I'm so lovely, six and I'm so blooming still. I would never budge till spring. Correct out of me windowsill.
Lovely, Julie. That's just over 2 minutes. Well done. That's great.
And where were you born?
Ballymena. I'm from Ballymena. Family and all's there. I was there. What are we in? We're in August now. I was there at Easter time.
Who's the most famous person from Ballymena?
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Sure, my dad and him used to box together. My dad, he was amateur boxer.
Was he?
Yeah, in his younger years. So
What's the story?
him and Liam Neeson went to school together and grew up together. There's pictures in the living room of Liam Neeson. My dad's down here and Liam Neeson's up here somewhere. So.
All right, Evelyn. Is it Evelyn or Evelyn? Evelyn. If you go up there with Ollie and just run through keys and stuff, and we'll have a listen.
She like a ghost beside me goes down with the ease of a dolphin.
And sounds really weird. And just do it just down the bottom. Yeah.
Just 2 notes.
Well done. See you down there.
Yes, indeed.
And they're off. Destination Tralee, with a one-night stopover in Tullamore, County Offaly. Find that step? Oh, well held, sir.
My Paddy, thank you.
The overnight stay at the Bridge House allows the girls a chance to catch their breath before Tralee, and it also affords their minders a chance to see how each Rose will present herself in public.
Now come here and tie me up. Yeah, tie me up, that's not what I meant. Today's the first day we actually signed autographs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped the bus actually and we just went to the toilet and this man came over and he goes, will you sign my son's arm like this? And we're like, what? And he goes, will you sign her son's arm? And Ida Man United top, we've just signed her autograph like this here. We're like, what do you say? We didn't know, so, but it's really good.
How is that? Is that ridiculous now? Or is that
No, sure, don't talk to me about ridiculous. They're mental. Just, we're not at home, it's all right.
Tonight's like the dinner for everybody, and I think there's 2 roses at each table, and it's just sort of, I think it's just like a chat and getting to know people and them getting to know us and stuff. And
should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Just shove it all down. Come on, come on, come on. Right. Let's go.
Now, what is your name? Julie who? Dohm. Oh, Dohm, the Dohm, the thing that you go into with a crowd, Dohm, yeah. You had one in Killinah for the flag, a Dohm. Yeah. It's a sort of a hint. Okay, these girls are going to dance with a reel, is it? Right, and do you want me to dance with you? No. Right, okay.
The morning after the night before. Chief Chaperone Denise does a quick head count and discovers that there are 1 or 2 roses missing from the bunch. Guess who?
You ready?
No.
Wait.
2 minutes, I swear.
What about the hat boxes and things?
Yeah, well, see, he's away with my suitcase, so I'm probably going to have to throw something
I
in
put
that.
the hangers back into your suitcase.
My toothpaste?
Your suitcase.
Anything else over there?
The late start has caused a full 45-minute delay in what was meant to be a watertight schedule. Con is not impressed.
Morning, ladies. There's a couple of things I have to say to you this morning now. Some of it ye may not be overly happy with, but we have to say it anyway to you. At the minute we're...
There's a wasp.
At the minute we're 45 minutes late, and like, we'd appreciate, if possible, right, that you can be ready on time. Last night went, I'd say, terribly well from a people point of view, and everyone really enjoyed themselves, but there's a few things which I think need to be said. Okay, from an alcohol point of view, we're delighted, drink away, but please, if you can keep it to glasses, we'd appreciate it. Lots and lots, as Neil says, lots and lots of people all over the country have views and opinions of yourselves, lots of little children and all the rest of it. Roses with cigarettes in one hand and pints in the other isn't what people perceive you as, and it's how it can be taken in the media, and the damage it can do to both ye and all of us is frightening.
Nothing for it so but a little fresh air to blow away the cobwebs, the cigarette smoke and all the rest of it. A day on the bog should sort them out.
Now, the Irish word for bog is bugach, and bugach means soft, which explains what a bog is. There are 2 types of bogs found in Ireland. You find blanket bogs and raised bogs. You can see some of the old machines that were used to produce the milled peat over the past 40 years. And one thing you'll notice about all the machines is that they have very large wheels.
Well, they do say peat is good for your roses. And there goes Tracy, the Belgian rose, with Claire or Dubai Rose at the wheel. See you in Tralee, girls. The Mount Brandon Hotel, Tralee, base camp for the next week. Inside, the 28 escorts have gathered to hear their role explained in no uncertain terms by June Carey.
The first thing there is, it's the Roses Week, it's not yours, but you're going to have fun too. And whether any of you may like to know this or not, you're only number 2. The Rose will always be number 1 on this week, and you are her invisible shadow beside her. The earlier in the week that you develop a rapport with your Rose, the better.
she can be in places where she feels uncomfortable, and you need to know how she's going to react in those certain types of circumstances. You need to know that you can possibly give her a wink like that, and she can wink back at you, and you know that she's fine. But if she doesn't wink back at you, or maybe winks twice at you, that you must go over and help her out.
Meanwhile, on the approach road to Tralee, the Roses are handed the envelopes bearing the names of their shadows.
Stand the man O'Reilly.
Stetson, here I come!
Carol. Okay, neither of you guys can have COVID, okay? Okay. Which one's COVID, Brian? He's mine. It's the guy without a neck, so he's got a bod.
He looks like good crap. Is he good for you? I mean, that's awful. My boyfriend will be really upset.
I'd say we get along fine. I should think so.
Ah, here we go. A red-blooded beefy type. If ever there was one. A butcher.
Divine. Right, I have it narrowed down to Kevin Daly, Graham Glacier. Oh, okay. Graham Glacier, yes!
With the mix and match session out of the way, the Roses hit high spirits as they finally arrive in sunny Tralee.
Welcome to the Dohm. Hey, hi, how are you? Welcome to the Dohm. Hi, Chicago, how are you keeping?
You're going over, you're going to meet your Rose. You're only going to have about 10-15 minutes. It's just very basic introductions to each other. All right, lads, we're ready to go.
And so the gladiators go to meet their Roses and their destiny. As they enter the arena, the lions sound hungry. And here they come, lambs to the slaughter. To add to the confusion, the girls have all swapped sashes.
How you doing? I'm actually here.
Don't be following me, I'm lost.
Evelyn, come here.
We wait. You can. Oh, lovely girl. I'll find a view. Over here.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing, Graham?
I'm turning around.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I don't drink. No.
At all?
At all. Not at all. Not at all.
While Julie Dohm might represent modern Irish-American womanhood, Margaret O'Dwyer recalls the early days of the festival.
Well, it began because Tralee was a very depressed area, and you had a lot of immigration at that time, and there were more shops closed, or most of them were opened in the town, and a group of men in a pub one night were deciding what we could do to help Tralee. And we didn't have a lake and we didn't have a river, but we had the song, The Rose of Tralee. 59 it started, so it was the 60s. Well, it was a more innocent time, let's say. Maybe it wasn't, but I thought it was, and we all did. But no, the girls are still very lovely, and it's a heritage thing.
Back at the Mount Brandon, the girls are put through a series of meetings and interviews with the judging panel. First up, Texas Rose, Julie Dohm.
Hello, Julie.
Hi.
How are you? I'm John.
Thanks. Nice
How
to
are
meet
you? We're going to meet all these difficult people.
All these difficult people.
Yeah.
Hi.
Mr. Byrne, particularly very difficult.
How are you, Julie? You're welcome to Ireland. Thank you for coming. That there is Tess.
Hi, nice to meet you.
That's
How are you?
Paula.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Paula.
Hi, Julie. That there is Ruth.
Hi, Julie. You're very welcome. Thank you so much.
That's Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Hey, Julie.
Have a seat.
Your chairman is John. Sit down there, relax.
We're doing the tooth extraction first, okay?
Tooth extraction? Yeah. I've already had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Yes, we pull all your teeth first of all, and then we start on your toenail.
Sorry, excuse me. I would have to pass it.
must definitely feel like MTV, do you?
Yeah, close.
How was it?
That was so great. It was just like sitting down talking at dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
really nice. It was fast though. It was real fast.
It seemed like you were gone for a long time. So
Did
it's
it?
Probably a good sign.
How long was I in there?
10 minutes.
Oh, it felt like 5.
It felt like to me half an hour waiting
Did it really?
downstairs.
I know, waiting. I was like waiting here forever. I was like, am I ever gonna get in there? But you know, it was really nice. Really nice. Good. Of course, they asked me about George Bush. I knew they would. I knew they'd get it out of me.
The annual parade, one of the festival's highlights, is a chance for the public to see the Roses for the very first time.
We're having a ball. I can't believe it. This is the craziest night of my life. The parade was better than any drugs, legal or illegal, that you could get. I
It's the
swear
best
to God.
natural buzz. I mean, I've done 2 parachute jumps and a bungee.
I've done a
Outside
bungee.
there.
I've
Oh my
never.
Tonight has been the parade. It's been absolutely fantastic. Best night so far, in my opinion. Family and friends met everybody after. It's just been absolutely fantastic. Atmosphere has been fantastic.
I wanted to do a cartwheel or have a baby or go mental. Like, it was
Yeah,
just
it's the same with me.
crazy.
Eventually, the bright lights grow dim, and the new day brings a new round of rehearsals. Not just for the girls, but for the entire crew, including Marty, who's facing one of the toughest gigs in the trade.
This is all rehearsal time now. Never rehearse a conversation, so I won't do that. But I will say to them, there's 15 things you said you wanted to talk about. Well, let's pick a few of them. Would you be happy to talk about that, that, and that? Yes, I would. Fine. But this is really just to say, this is where you'll be, this will be full of people, and then go off and do your song, your party piece. That's what this really is about.
I am so afraid. I am first on in the Rose of Tralee 2000. I have to open the Rose of Tralee 2000 by myself. I am so scared right now. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm so scared.
She like a ghost beside me goes down with the ease of a dolphin.
She's did it again. Yeah, and
This and in my song I'm going and it's and 2 notes, not 8. Okay, but I feel better. Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
It's what time is it? Quick. It's 6:30. We have to be ready for 7 o'clock. It's the first night in the Dome. Evelyn's on. She's going to be a superstar. She's just got her hair done. Show them your hair.
In 10 seconds.
28 uncles, 8, 7, 5
6.
5 seconds to hair. 5 seconds to hair.
Let's do.
I'll give you a kiss and make you feel right. Wear up.
Go Temps!
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Festival Dohm in Tralee, welcome to the 42nd Rose of Tralee International Festival. Presented by your host, Marty Whelan.
Good evening to everybody. You're welcome to the Rose of Tralee. The first one of a brand new millennium. And
Backstage, the butterflies are buzzing. Julie tries deep breathing. But the toughest gig of all faces the Cork Rose, 19-year-old Carol Anthony. Marty's job is to try and coax her out of her state of shock.
Now, coming out and being the first one is not always easy.
Yes, Marty, I know that. Yeah. Absolutely.
But you're fine.
I don't know where that came from.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? I could fly higher than an eagle.
Julie applies a tried and trusted technique for dealing with stage fright.
Just gotta picture them all nude, right? That's what they always tell you? Just picture them nude.
Thank you, thank you, thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings.
And so it's Julie's turn to put her stage fright technique into action. Remember, Julie, just picture that audience without their clothes on.
Go, go. Now, that's a dress.
Thank you.
That's beautiful, it really is. How are you feeling, Julie?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. There are Stetsons everywhere.
Yes, there are.
There are Stetsons everywhere. How many people came over with you? It's quite a crew.
Around 70 or 80 people are here tonight.
Give us a wave of the Stetsons.
Yes, a lot of them.
Show us your hats, lads. Give us a wave. Oh my God, they're everywhere. There was a time you'd have a little area, but they've infiltrated everybody. Look.
There's also a cowboy hat on stage. And musical director Ollie Hennessy hands it to the Texan Rose, not realising that it was actually intended as a prop for the South Australian Rose, who's due on stage later.
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Wouldn't it be lovely?
In the wings, our Galway Rose Evelyn O'Connor is standing by.
That's the girl.
And there goes the South Australian Rose's hat.
Texas Rose, Julie Dohm. Well done, Julie.
Number 5.
Go ahead. You've an awful long journey behind you now, love. Isn't it great?
I know, it's tough.
Have you been enjoying yourself?
Oh, he's telling me to throw it. I know, that's fine. I don't want it. I don't want to touch it. I'm so sorry. You had to hold it. I'm from Kentmere. I'm from Ballymoney. And actually... I was like, where did this come from? Okay, it's not going to fit on my head. I'll just hold it. What was that about? It was my cowboy hat. My cowboy song.
And she, like a ghost beside me, goes down with the ease of a dolphin, and emerges unlearned, unchanged, unharmed. For she is a perfect creature, natural in every feature, and I am the geek with the alchemist stone. One bright blue rose outlives all those 2,000 years, and still it goes to ponder his death and his life eternally.
Tracy Culleton. Hi. I was going to say all the way from Belgium. You're very popular with the girls.
How are you, lads?
How are you, lads? How are you, lads?
Yes, if one rose captured the hearts of all the other roses in the bunch, it's Belgian Rose 20-year-old Tracy Culleton, who works in Brussels.
That's right. Noel and Brady, you're very welcome. Hello to Mum and Dad who are down there. Now, it must be a very quiet house without you, is it? Would you say?
It's tragic without me.
Is it tragic?
Yeah.
Their lives.
And so, a clearly emotional Tracy gets to sing her party piece. One more time, lads. Let the girl catch her breath.
My heart is low. My heart is so low. There's only a woman's heart.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
As only a woman's, as only a woman's heart can be. As only a woman's heart can be. Thanks so much.
Come down here quick so we can hug you. Come on. You are fantastic.
And that's the spirit of Tralee. Further along backstage, guess who the cats just dragged in? Yes, the boys are back in town. It's Westlife.
She's my mother's favourite. My mother told me to pick her if I had anything to do with the vote, but I
He
don't.
just said that to the Dublin Rose, so that might marks
I
it.
promise. Mum, look. Mum.
And that's the joy you bring. I'm flying without wings.
The Roses say goodnight to Westlife, knowing they have another big day tomorrow. Mind you, some are a little reluctant to call it a day.
Right, okay, complaint time. What is all this about? It's 1 o'clock.
You know what it's about? It's about early mornings.
Early mornings, I've heard it, and we'll be grateful in the morning. Guess what? We're going to be grateful in the morning every morning. We're not.
Yada, yada,
we
yada,
hate
yada,
this.
yada,
Yeah. I think I'm 5th on, so I'm on after the Kerry Rose. So I'm 5th.
Kelly, are you going to get into your jeans and that afterwards? Are you going to keep your dress on?
Because I just want to go and sort of chill and have a few drinks and relax and be in my comfy trousers and my comfy shoes and have a ball and think I did it, I got up there, I did it, and that's it, and then just sort of party all night just like yourselves, you know, till all hours of the morning.
I'm never taking it off. Never, never. It'd be like when I get married, I'm never taking my wedding dress off. You know, like I'm planning to get married pretty soon.
Well, it's not a beauty contest, although all the girls that we have are very beautiful women. And you know, we look for personality, warmth, dress sense, demeanour, general, overall, sort of, it's not really a feminist contest by any means, okay, but it's an all-rounded girl. And it's amazing, actually, trying to sum up the values of the Rose of Tralee, or the attributes of the Rose of Tralee is extremely difficult, but each year you see that something special about an individual and you say, yes, that's the girl who will represent the Rose of Tralee best of all.
Lovely, thanks guys.
So, who will carry that responsibility this year? Tonight's the night as we meet the second batch of Roses. Next up, it's Claire Marie Ward.
See you girls. Good luck. Bye. Best of luck.
Stand by, Claire.
All right. All the best way. Good pace. See you on the other side, huh?
Well, Marty, they tell me it's very, very hot where this lady comes from. Our Dubai Rose, Claire Ward.
Hi, Marty.
How are you doing, Claire?
I'm not too bad, how are you?
Nice little tune to welcome you in.
Not bad at all.
Would there be a lot of call for that in Milford and Donegal?
Of course, of course.
Oh, I'd say that. You have friends here from Milford anyway.
I think there's one or two there, yeah.
There was a girl here last night called Tracy Cullen. Okay?
There was?
Yeah. Now, she was the Belgian Rose. And she told us a story about being in a trailer.
She did.
But we know, at least I now know, who the driver was. It was you, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
Is this your normal way to carry on? Is this kind of when you come home?
Oh, usually it's a camel, Marty.
Is it? Right.
No,
She said.
I let the glamour and the money my home. Ah, but that was a long time ago.
Jesus. Oh my God, lads. It was so easy. I just went out there, my whole family, everybody was standing there. It was absolutely brilliant. I was going to talk forever.
Oh, I will take you back, Kathleen, to
New York Rose Roisin Ryan Eganton also took the challenge on her stride and took the audience by storm.
and when the fields are fresh and green, I will take you to your home again.
She's not a bishop, really.
No, not hot.
Kelly McAnally, or UK Rose, also goes on the second night.
The only thing that I'm really worried about is my poem. I will remember my poem. I can't wait to get it over. I think I want to stand.
Okay, whatever feels most comfortable.
Now we return a little closer to home for our next Rose.
Well, she skipped across the Irish Sea to be with us here in the Dome this evening, Marty. Please welcome our UK Rose, Kelly McAnally.
English Country Garden.
Just over 3 minutes now.
Any wee bit of movie you can give me, folks, would be great, because this is where it gets tough.
And there, children's children will say, give love to the children, for they are our crock of gold. And if, perchance, they ever stray, they will come back to the fold. Give love to the children of today. Love is the only power on earth to take all the hatred away. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very happy. That felt absolutely, totally and utterly brilliant. I'm all excited and I wasn't nervous. I really enjoyed it. I'm totally over the moon now. I need to drink a water, but oh, I'm all happy and excited and I'm not even shaking that much at all, so no, it's brilliant. Oh, I'm well happy.
Good for her. And so the moment of truth beckons. One final moment of togetherness before one of these roses is pronounced Millennium Rose of Tralee.
I think it was a vintage year this year for performing talent. There's no doubt about it. I can't remember another year like it. We've had good years and bad years, but this was a vintage year.
Okay, hunt for them in 2, hunt for them in 5. Quick as you can get to this girl.
The 2000 International Rose of Tralee, representing New York, Roisin Eganton.
Mum and Dad have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rose of Tralee for 2000. Roisin Eganton. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
And so the sash goes to New York. But our 4 roses from the UK, Texas, Galway and Dubai will always have their memories.
She's absolutely fantastic. I'm delighted for her. And I'm going to dance the night away now.
I've had the time of my life and I know I'll never ever experience anything like this, and I'm alright now, but I know that I've got so much emotion in me that I could burst into tears really easy.
I mean, this has just been the most incredible week of my life. I even had one of the former Roses from Texas tell me once, she goes, you know, I usually tell people that it was right up there with my wedding, but to be honest with you, it was better.
To sum it all up, I'd say it's an amazingly emotional thing. I mean, if it hadn't have been so intense, it mightn't have been so amazing.
And from 8 o'clock tomorrow evening here on 1, John Thaw plays Inspector Morse for the last time in the much heralded Remorseful Day.